So today I want to do a makeup look that is very baby blue, wintry. It's December right now, the beginning of December here in Toronto, and there's barely any sun. It's gray skies every day. It's depressing, but I'm going to lean into those vibes. So I have a couple palettes in front of me, mostly going to be using this ColourPop On Cloud Blue. Then I have the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 3 palette. These white, they look white, but they're like colored shimmers. There's like pink, blue, orange, green. I might like layer a pink shimmer on top of a blue matte, something like that, or stick with pure blue. We'll see. I'm almost thinking it's like the Love Witch, but made a little bit softer, a little bit wintry and shimmery, if that makes sense. I want to start off with cheeks. As usual, I just have foundation on already. Milk Makeup sent over a couple things. For the first time, I got some Milk Makeup. I'm excited to try. This is their Lip and Cheek Sheer Blush and Lip Color. When I hear the word tint, I'm a little concerned because when it comes to a blush, I like something thick. There's two shades. I think I'm going to mix them. There's the shade Work and Quickie. Quickie is definitely my vibe normally, but because I'm doing the light blue, I think mixing these is going to work. So I've never tried this formula before, so this is totally new to me. I think I'll just go in right on my brush, back and forth. It smells good. It smells like kind of orangey. I once had a skincare product by them and it smells exactly the same. Starting with blush, as I've said, I think a few times, is my favorite thing to do before I go in with eyes because I actually start to think that the eye look is awful and horrible unless I have some blush on. Sometimes I'll create a reel for Instagram and I'll do the eyes first and I'm like, this is the worst makeup look ever. And then the blush comes on, I'm like, oh, okay, we're good. So yeah, this is making just like a pretty classic pink. It's a little bit of giving that cold girl effect from last year, which was a trend. And cold girl blush look would be perfect for this pale icy blue eye. If you do want to have that cold girl effect on your face, this is where you're gonna do an all over cheek color, like drag it down, drag it around, because it's supposed to look like a natural flush, like you've been outside in the cold. Yeah, I mean, these are pretty. This went on nicely. I don't know how the longevity is, but it looks really pretty on the skin. I think a pink highlighter will be nice for this look. So I'm gonna go into this Becca, R.I.P. Becca, Ocean Jewels palette. I've had this for quite a while. It's like the iconic Becca formula. Yeah, that's pretty. Sort of anticipating this being a fairly simple eye makeup look. I'm going to go in first with the shade Ice BB right here, all over the lid. I do have a couple brushes that seem to be permanently stained blue from when I, this past Halloween, did some Love Witch makeup look on for my friend, and we used the KVD, like, it's like a cream kind of linery thing. Anyway, it'll stain your brushes. Now this is always going to be my blue brush. Just putting this all over the lid. Winter's the time where I lean into pastels more. Winter and a little bit of spring. It just matches energetically. I'm being pretty inconcise, pretty sloppy, messy with this, just all over. Not quite up to the brow bone. Bring it out a little because it's such a pastel color. Like you can't really see if any mistakes have been made or anything. If you're new to doing colored eyeshadow, pastels are like the best place to start. Pretty. I changed my plan a little for the palettes. I ran off and got from Sugar Pill, the Fun Size palette, because I was thinking of this specific shade of periwinkle blue. I think that would be nice to deepen in the crease a little bit. So I'm going to use that. Just really like this shade of blue. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it's really unique. So I had a thought that if I layer that white pink shimmer on top of the blue, that maybe it would create a cool effect. I don't usually do that with eyeshadows, like layer a different shimmer on top, but it could be really like magical. So I'm gonna just see how it looks on the back of my hand first. I'm just literally using the same brush, that same blue eyeshadow. I feel like I'm always using the back of my hand for makeup. By the time I'm done, definitely need to wash my hands. Anyway, I'm gonna try Blue Moon in this palette and Strawberry Moon, which both look white, but they are not. They are not. It's like magical winter wonderland. Oh, can you see that? I'm gonna turn the lights down, hold on. I turned the lights down to try and get the shimmer, but the pink does look really pretty on top, but so does the blue. But I think I'm gonna try the pink as my shimmer. I'm gonna use some glitter glue for this one. Last time when I showed how to do glitter glue, I kind of skipped a step, I realized later. So I put 2 little dots, put it on my ring finger. Sometimes I'll go straight into the pot, because essentially it creates a stickiness, or prime first. But if I prime, I'm like very light about it. Don't rub, just tap. That's what I'm doing today. And going into Strawberry Moon. I think the pink is really cool because it creates this icy effect. Multichrome, looks very multichrome-esque. I'm gonna go in with the blue again, just to mattify the inner corner a bit more. Just kind of pat the color on top again a little. And today I'm keeping all the shadow on the top lid. When I'm doing a colorful look, that's definitely a preferred method. It just makes it a lot more wearable. I think I'm going Christmas tree shopping tonight, so this is gonna be a good vibe. No, not Christmas tree shopping, Yule tree shopping. I'm gonna do a black liner with this to help the blue really stand out. So I'm going into the Rituel de Fille kohl liner. This is creamy, easy to use, and I'm going to use a very, very small angled brush. I think I'll try something new today in that I always do this eye first and the wing turns out so perfect. And then this eye I always struggle with because it's a bit wacky, a little bit raised up higher. So I'm gonna try my difficult eye first and then see if that's helpful to then match the other side. This wing looks like a boomerang. Very like... When I do wings, I do try and relax my face as much as possible. However, if I fully relax my face, like completely, like if I were sleeping, like that isn't actually how I walk around in the world. It's quite embarrassing, actually. Everything falls. Gravity takes a hold and it's just like... So while I relax, I also poise my eyes just a little tight, like the same way if I was speaking to somebody, because if I relax too much, it's just everything's just dragged down more than it would be even if I was, operating in the world. So relax, but also don't over relax can be helpful. Sort of just hold your face up a little bit. Okay. I tried to make them as symmetrical as I could. They are always sisters and not twins, and that's okay because my eyes are sisters and not twins. So don't overfuss if your wings are like not perfectly matching, because then you're just gonna dig yourself into the hole of going back and back and back and you end up with those chunky wings. I've started to just really embrace the fact that my eyes are different and that's okay. And then I just chill out about my wings. Most people see you from angles. No, It's rare someone's looking at you straight on, assessing this wing and this. You know what I mean? So just go with it. Once you have your mascara on, you'll feel fine. So I'll pop off to do mascara, a little bit of a lash maybe, and I think I'm gonna powder. Just do. And then I'll show you what lip I'm gonna pair with this. Okay, lashes are on. As usual, I will dim the lights a little bit later to show you that multi-chrome shimmer effect. Now for lips, I was definitely thinking sort of a classic soft pink. So I think maybe I'll try exactly what I did on the cheeks on the lips. Mix these two together and just dab it on because it says it's good for lips. So I'm gonna line with Endless Cacao first, which is a cool tone liner, very softly. My lips have been very chapped lately, so I'm definitely opting for like some gloss and moisture. I'm just gonna use my middle finger since my ring finger still has shimmer on it. Looks like I'm flipping you off, sorry. That provides a nice base, but I'm gonna put some more gloss on. This is Tower 28 Pistachio. You know, I probably could have skipped the color part, but I wanted to see how that looked. Ta-da! Allison's house. Okay, this is the finished look. I'm really happy with it. I found it really easy to put together and perfect for this time of year. It's not exactly Love Witch level of like vivid blue, but I do like that it has that little nod to something witchy. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but if you know me, I try and make everything witchy. So yeah, I really liked that technique of putting a white-based like shimmer on top of a different color. Surprisingly, I haven't done that too often. You can only really do that with that specific type of eyeshadow or multi-chrome like these that have a bit of translucency to them. So anyway, very fun effect. I'll show you it with the lights dimmed. You can see the pink highlighter and the pink shimmer of the eyelids. This would also be a great winter solstice look. I've been invited to my first coven gathering on the winter solstice outside in the Scarborough Bluffs here in Toronto. I'm so excited. I've never done anything in person with witchly inclined people. So anyway, I'm so excited for that. Maybe I'll do my makeup again like this. Let me know in the comments down below your favorite go-to makeup look for this time of year. It's definitely something like this for me. Or, of course, classic bright red lips. So maybe I'll do a tutorial for that. Let me know if you've met any witches for winter solstice and what you did or what you do for yourself at this time of year, because it's gray out, can be depressing. It can be overloading seeing so many people and eating and drinking so much. So make sure to take time for yourself. Make sure to spend your time doing your makeup and just relax and enjoy the process and have some fun. And I hope you liked this tutorial. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that means a lot to me. And I'll see you next time. Stay witchy, stay bitchy. Have a good week. Bye, witches.